Alright fellas, what's going on? Denonu here, the man with black privilege. And we're back with the BBC, inch number 2, going balls deep in your sub box. And we're going to be playing some Division here. Don't really have a set plan as far as gameplay is concerned. I just figured I'd jump on and try to play it. And, you know, just because I haven't played it in a while. And we may switch it up, probably about half hour in, we may switch it up to maybe some Dark Souls 3 or maybe some Black Ops 3, you know, something with a 3 in it. But until then, let me see if I can actually get this commentary right this time, because this is the third time that I've tried to record this commentary. Believe it or not, this is Saturday evening, around 8 o'clock that I'm recording this. And I first tried to record it, let's say like Friday around 7 o'clock. And for some reason my recording software was having some issues where it would like record like the first 10 minutes of what I was saying, but then it would just kind of just drop off, and it would act glitchy and stuff, but the audio would just jump from like all over the place, you know, kind of like as if like the data got corrupted some kind of way. So I think I figured out what's causing that, so this should sound perfect. And also I may also sound a little bit differently is because I'm just trying out some new mix settings on my mixer. Still trying to get that radio quality voice. And even though I liked what I had before, but I'm just trying out new stuff, seeing how it sounds, you know, in after I render files. But anyway, let me stop rambling. Let me get on topic here. What we're going to be talking about in this video is, if I don't, you know, can try not to get blown up here. We're going to be talking about superhero trailers. Also, we're going to be talking about some video game stuff. A lot of leak news has came out this week, and I figured I'd just get my thoughts on it, things like that. And we're going to be talking about some Overwatch as well towards the end here, and also some really good news that came about that I kind of guessed that they were going to do, but I'll get to that at the end. But superhero movie trailers, let's see. I'm kind of late with this, but I seen the Doctor Strange trailer when it first dropped, like the day it dropped, and I've never been one for, you know, Doctor Strange, but I've known who he is. I can respect his position in the Marvel comic books. I liked his character, but to me, his origin story I didn't like. You know, it just seemed way too formulaic, and that's probably because, you know, they made it back in the 50s and 60s, so that was popular at the time. Hold on, let me pull back, just snipe these guys real quick. That way I don't gotta get shot here. But I was never, oh, like they got a grenade launcher shooting at me. Is that what's going on? Oh, they got a guy up here on that mounted gun. But to get back on topic here, Doctor Strange's origin, I wasn't really a fan. It seemed way too formulaic. It had the same kind of ring to it that Tony Stark's origin did in the comic books. For those of you who don't know, it's pretty much similar to how the first Iron Man movie played out, but instead of Middle Eastern terrorists, it was South Asian terrorists, because, you know, at the time Vietnam War was kicking off and all that kind of sort of stuff. So I know in the thousands they kind of, well, they didn't retcon it, but every time they redo the origin, they always change who the terrorists are. Doctor Strange's origin is a bit straightforward. You can't really change his origin to make it modern, you know? And I just don't see, I think the movie's gonna be great, don't get me wrong. I think the movie is gonna be like fucking awesome, because Cumberbatch is gonna kill it. And, you know, but when it comes to Doctor Strange's origin, it's his whole thing, if they keep it the same, unless they throw in a love interest or they do something outside of the norm, his origin was kind of straightforward. I know I keep repeating myself, but it is. It's his origin. He got into a car accident. He was a well-known doctor, very arrogant, very you know, he had a stick up his ass, kind of like how Tony Stark was, where he thinks the world revolves around him. He was the head of his hospital, surgery ward, things like that. got into a car accident, and somehow the car accident crushed his hands or messed up his hands so that he didn't have the what's the word I'm looking for? His hands. Like, one thing that they always say when you have, when you're a surgeon is you gotta, be able to keep your hands still because you're doing surgery and all that stuff. And to him, he had like the best hands in the business, hands down, literally. And, but when his hands got crushed and mangled and messed up, there wasn't a lot of broken bones, but they got busted up a little bit. But when he healed back up from it, he lost that sense of touch, that, like the skills that a doctor would need to be able to control his hands to do surgery. He lost that. And I don't know if they're going to do that in the movie. That seems like a dumb reason, for somebody to to go halfway across the world to try to find a fix for it. You know what I'm saying? In today's day and age. Doctor Strange, back in the day when they made when they started his comic books, magic was the real, the biggest thing. A lot of Marvel comic books started out with like Amazing Fantasy and things like that, and everybody fought fantasy villains, like Iron Man, for instance. Yeah, he's a tech guy now. You read his comic books now, it's all about big business, corporations, and that kind of sort of thing. But back in the day, he was fighting Fin Fang Foom, and it was like technology versus fantasy, because fantasy was in at the time. That's like same thing with Thor. Hell, I think you even had Captain America fighting some fantasy stuff too at some point when he was trying to decide on what to do with his character. Same thing goes with Batman. I know it's a whole different company, but same thing goes with Batman. They had Batman fighting like supernatural monsters at certain points. I think they had Batman even fight Dracula at some point. But nowadays you can't do that because the origin's just going to sound silly. So I don't know how they're going to tweak the movie, but I know they have to. And by it being Doctor Strange, they already have my interest. I was never somebody I've never followed his comic books religiously like that. I've been reading comic books since the 80s, and I've never read well into his comics. However, he pops up in a lot of people's books. So I gotta bring these somewhere. Okay, back here. But he pops up in a lot of people's books. So I know of the character. I know of his, I'm sitting here about to talk like I'm playing a fighting game. Like, I know his moveset. I know how he plays. I know how he gets down. And I'm just kind of, I would assume Marvel is going to change like one thing here or two. Well, like, here, 2 or 3 things with his origin. And then like, that's it. They're going to not touch his character. They're going to leave him alone. Character wise, because this is the movie that's going to introduce magic into the MCU. And by them not having the Fantastic Four, because I know Fantastic Four wasn't magic, but in the early days of Marvel comic books, Doctor Strange and all of those old school fantasy comic books that they had, they were like okay, here's magic in our universe. Hold on, let's see what direction these guys are coming from. And Mr. Fantastic and the Fantastic Four, they were like the scientifical other half of that circle, like alternate dimensions, parallel dimensions, that kind of sort of thing. That was like Reed Richards' thing with like the whole negative zone thing. By the movies not having the rights to none of that, because they don't, obviously have the movie rights to Fantastic Four, I think it would be in their best interest to use Doctor Strange as their way in to that. You know what I'm saying? Have him go to the negative zone, or call it something different. They had more than one. I think in Marvel comic books you had the negative zone, and then you had like all those other zones that span like the length of the alphabet, I think. So there's more than one zone that they could do. They could just call it something different. They probably can't call it the negative zone, but call it something else and then just have that be the negative zone for the movie verse. They could do that. But other than that, The only thing about the trailer that really piqued my interest was the visuals. Loved how they made everything look. Loved the fact that they're having him in costume. I forget, they got the one black guy to be Baron Mordo. Please don't shoot me, please don't shoot me, please don't shoot me, please don't shoot me. I gotta will it to happen. I'm just like the bald Asian Professor Xavier, just willing him to turn around. But I think they got the one black guy who was in the Firefly movie as the badass assassin guy. I think it's also the same guy from the 12 Years a Slave or whatever that movie was called. I know he's been in tons of stuff. I think they have him as Baron Mordo. I could be wrong. I haven't read up about the movie. I just remember seeing the trailer and seeing like them casting images and stuff with his, his face in it. The guy as an actor, I don't have a problem with. I just hate the fact, again, I hate the fact that they're, in this case, blackwashing a character, I know a lot of people say that doesn't matter, but to me, Hollywood has had a bad time with all of that racial bullshit back in the day. And yeah, it's for different reasons, but to me, I see it as like the same thing. You're taking a character that's already established and just, fucking him over. And granted, I know it's their character, they can do whatever they want, but I wish that they could just come up with a character and let's just say, okay, instead of having him be Baron Mordo, just have him be magical black guy. Make up, just give him a random name, make him be his own person and give him a different backstory that you can tailor specifically for your movie. Just because he exists in the movie doesn't mean he has, they have to pull an existing comic book character. They did it with the animated series with Harley Quinn back in the day with Batman. I'm gonna get into that a little bit later when I talk about the Suicide Squad trailer, but I'm just not a fan of them just, oh, we have this white guy, let's make him black. And I know that by being black, a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, I guess you don't have no problem. No, I have the same problem when it's reversed. Hated the fucking Human Torch in Fantastic Four, the one movie that came out last year that fucking bombed completely. Hated that shit too. So I just hate when they do that. I'd rather black characters. If you're gonna make a black character, make a fucking black character like Black Panther, and like Spawn, like what's the guy in Marvel? I want to say Captain Marvel, but I know that's not him. What's his name? Like Static, the guy who made Milestone. He made all of his characters black in that, and I can't think of that guy's name. It's like he's a carryover character. What was his name? I'm thinking like every other black character but the guy I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about Mr. Terrific, Steel, even though I know they're DC. Damn, I can't think of his name, but I know he's in Marvel now, and they kind of retrofitted his origin in Marvel, and I like the way that they did that. But being a black guy, and I know a lot of other black people may not feel this way, but to me, having a black character, or having, let's say, you taking a white guy and turning him into a black character, yeah, it's like, okay, well, you have a black character, so it's like, okay, now we have a black character that people can relate to, but you can't really relate to it because it's not like it's a black character. Like a lot of people always bring up the argument with Spider-Man, and I'm gonna jump from topics here, so excuse me. But a lot of people say the same thing about Spider-Man. They talk about, oh, they want to see a black Spider-Man. They want to bring over Miles Morales into the movies and all that kind of sort of shit. And I'm like, you can't do that. You can do it down the road. Don't get me wrong. You can't just come out with a movie and call it Spider-Man and then have Miles Morales and not having no kind of continued story in it. Can't do that. Now, if you started off with the Peter Parker movie and let's say 2 or 3 movies in, you decide to follow the ultimate comic book storyline where he gets killed and you have this new character you introduced in the second movie, brought him in the third, and and then you have him take over, that's fine. And have him in the 4th movie, hey, do that. I have no problems with that. But I just hate it when they blackwash or whitewash a character to fit whatever it is that they're trying to do, because to me that takes the meaning behind it. excuse me, that takes the meaning almost completely out of it. Like, I love characters like Black Panther. Like, when they made him, they was like, okay, let's make a black, you know, superhero character. And they did. When they were, you know, the guy who made Spawn was like, look, I'm gonna make him black. I'm gonna make everybody in his immediate, you know, family black. It's like he was doing it to prove a point. And strong black characters, just like strong white superhero characters back in the day, they can stand on their own. It's just you have to give them the opportunity to do so. Otherwise, you know, they're not gonna do it. You know, we can stand on our own as far as characters. It's just that they don't ever give them a good push starting out. They want to say, okay, we want to make a black character, but then they don't want to give him the time to build up, you know, the respect and the emotions that readers have when people read comic books or go watch the, you know, the comic book movies and things like that. They think they could just put them out there and then expect the same return. When you can't do that, because the white characters, they've had what, 60, 70, maybe 80 years to build that kind of sort of respect and that, you know, that emotion behind it. So you can't expect that right away. You just can't do it. And just to bring it back home, like I was saying with Spider-Man, you can't just, when you take a character and just make him black, it's like, to me, that's like a straight up insult. You know, I know most people may not see it that way, but it's just a straight up insult. Ooh, let's go in here. But to me, it's like you're admitting that it's like, okay, black people, you know, we can't make a black character because they can't stand on their own. So let's make this white guy a black guy. It reminds me of like back in the day, what they did with, what white people did with Native Americans and in movies. You know, they just painted a white guy's face a little bit red and called him Indian. You know, and they did the same thing with black people back in the day because they didn't let black people do movies. That shit used to piss me the fuck off. And when I see it happening in comic books and in movies, I understand why they're doing it. Don't get me wrong. I have no problem with wanting a black Spider-Man-esque character or a black Superman or a, you know, or whatever. I can respect that. But instead of having, let's have a black Spider-Man, let me have this other black superhero that stands on his own 2 feet. Why does he have to ride Spider-Man's coattails? Why do we got to make a black Superman? Why can't we just make a black hero that has completely different powers and have him be just as big? But I don't know, maybe I'm a minority in that regard. Okay, we got to find these virus things. I hate these sometimes because they don't never give you like a clue as far as where they are. You just got to run around until you actually find it. But Doctor Strange, I'm not feeling them changing the Baron Mordo to the black guy. But then again, he's a really great actor, so you know, I'm still gonna see the movie regardless. I'm probably gonna love the hell out of it. I think a lot of people are gonna probably get confused when it comes to the bad guy, because the bad guy in Doctor Strange either has to be Dormammu or Mephisto. And both of those characters were in Ghost Rider, or at least Mephisto was. And then people are gonna see Dormammu, who, for those of you who don't know, he has a flaming head, so he looks kind of similar to Ghost Rider without being a skull. And sometimes they make him look like a skull. So I think people are gonna be confused for a little bit, but I have no doubt they're gonna make the movie and, you know, do it like they're supposed to and give it the respect that the character deserves. So next movie trailer I can talk about, Suicide Squad. They showed, I think, what I believe is going to be the last trailer in that. And I have mixed feelings towards Suicide Squad. I'm pretty good with comic book movies and my thoughts upon them because I know the material that they're basing the characters off of. And with Batman v Superman, I know I'm talking about Suicide Squad, but with Batman v Superman, I knew that was going to be fucked up as soon as I seen the first couple trailers for it. Because I can see where they're going. I can see what they're trying to do, and they're they were rushing it. With Suicide Squad, I don't think they're rushing it. They're taking a lot of characters and putting them in a movie, trying to like do their own Guardians of the Galaxy thing. And it's not bad. I don't think it's going to be fucked up, but it has a lot of fucked up things that I'm seeing in the trailers. Prime example, like the first time I seen the first trailer, is this one of the things? No. I seen Will Smith as Deadshot when he was wearing the mask. I was like, his eye patch thing is on the wrong eye. That was like the first thing that jumped out at me. And I'm not a fan of Deadshot like that, but I've seen him in the anime, the Justice League cartoons, the Batman and Superman. You know, they had him in a couple episodes. I remember his character in Arrow. I remember he was in one of the animated movies. I think The Assault on Arkham, or I think they called it. And his eye patch has always been on the other eye, not on the eye that's in Suicide Squad. Now, I don't know why they made that change. Maybe they felt that maybe Will Smith has something wrong with the eye that's the other eye, and he couldn't cover it up and act at the same time. I don't know. Maybe that's why they decided to switch. Who knows? But if there wasn't a reason like that, then I don't see why couldn't you just have it on the eye that's supposed to have it. I know it's not a big thing. It's just one of those things that, as a comic book fan, it's like, it's like it's something you could easily get right. So why did you get it wrong? But maybe they had their reasons. Maybe somebody just fucked up and thought it was that eye, and they already made the mask, and they was like, you know what, fuck it. we don't want to waste the money. It's too late to go back. But other than that, the only things that I don't like about the movie is, wait, can I open this? Yes. I'm not feeling Harley in any way, shape, or form. I'm just not feeling her. She's like part of her character from the comic books and from the animated series, and everybody loves Harley as a character, and it's like, why are you only showing part of who that character is? It's like they're showing the wild side of her, and I'm like, that's cool, okay, you're making her this crazy chick, but she was a whole lot more to her character than that. Maybe that's what people who don't understand or haven't seen her in a lot of stuff, maybe that's just what they what they think, but that's not the case. That's only part of her character, and I don't think this movie is going to show everything else. I think they're going to touch on her origin a little bit. They're going to bring in the Joker, and that's something else I don't like. I don't like the new Joker. I don't know what any of the movies that guy acted in, but so I'm not saying I don't like it because of him. I just don't like the way they made him look. They made him look stupid as shit. And I'm somebody who, let me get my words right here. I'm not bashing them for the sake of bashing them. I'm really not. It's just, to me, I understand they have to do their own thing, However, they can do their own thing and still keep it similar to what came before. And that's the one problem that Hollywood just does not get. Every time they make a movie, a superhero movie, or any movie that's based off of something else, they try to put their own little spin on it, but at the same time, when they do that, they go completely left field, and they don't understand that they have to keep some things the same. Ooh, like you have to keep it, let's say, like 80% the same, and change that 20%. Something tells me I'm gonna have to do this again because I do not think I'm gonna find that. I think this is the way to leave, but I don't think I'm gonna find the last thing before the time runs out here. Because I think it was somewhere down there. Let me run over here for a second. Is it in here? Sorry to to suddenly just stop talking about what I was talking about, but if I don't find this thing, we're just gonna go off and do something else because I don't feel like we're gonna do this whole building again trying to find it because that will make for a boring video. And I know a lot of people when they watch long-winded videos or podcasts and all that stuff, they just listen to it. But I know there's a lot of people out there who do like to see stuff. So we may just jump into Dark Zone. I gotta level up anyway. I'm still trying to get to 30 because when I get to 30, then I could do some of the DLC stuff for this. And I got this season pass, so I can do all of that stuff. But I can't do it because I'm not level 30, so. And we might just jump in the Dark Zone, level up a little bit, and then because when I do that last story mission of the game that I got to record for a Let's Play I'm doing to this, maybe that could top me off and push me to 30. Let me pull up my map here. Okay, so we got some echoes, missing agent, encounters. Alright, you know what? These things do give a good chunk of experience here. Let's, that's 43,000. That's 43,000. Alright, what about this one? Okay, so they all give like 30, 40 grand. Alright, we may just knock these out to get to level 30 because I think I'm what, 29? Or about to be 29? Alright, let's knock some of these out. I got a few minutes to kill anyway, but when it comes to, the Joker and everything, I'm just not a fan, I think they should have at least kept his style, like I said before, something similar to what came before. I'm personally somebody who thinks that they should have just said that the older Batman movies, that they're canon with this new Justice League universe that they're trying to build them. Okay, that's going to be a problem. Let me pull back some. Oh, no. Sandbags, no. You have failed me. I have no cover. They're gonna push. Alright, let me get all the way back here. Alright, maybe I can make my stand here. Not up here. No. No, that's gonna get me killed. I'm trying to. Let me see. That'll work. That'll work. At least for a little while, anyway. At least until I can get eyes on. Man, that guy got some, got Nathan Drake over there. Just climbing his ass off. Yeah, I see you going down there, guy. Can I shoot through the cover? No. Okay. Alright, he went right there. Well, thank you for climbing up there, fellas. Really do appreciate it. You're making things easy for me. Oh, come on, man. Really? In all the shooter games where you lose health from falling off stuff, he fell up. Is he gonna climb back up there? Yeah, you deserve to get shot in the ass for that. You stupid. But like I was saying, I was somebody who thinks that they should have just said that the previous Batman movies is just a part of Ben Affleck's Batman. So just say fuck it. It happened. It's a part of our story. That was 15 years ago. Now he's old, withered, and beaten down and mad. It makes more sense because then you can carry over some things and still have everybody who likes the Dark Knight and all of that in your new into your new Batman. But however, they just didn't do that. And I think that the reason I think they're kind of half fucking up Suicide Squad is I think they don't have faith in their movie. I really don't. Because in Suicide Squad, oh yeah, well I guess I could do this. But I don't think they have faith in their movie because they're having Batman in it too much. You know what I'm saying? They're just like, okay, you got Harley, you got Joker, and Batman has a scene in the movie. It's like, hold up, why? If this isn't a Batman movie, if you want to make a Batman movie, they're gonna make one. So why have all of these Batman characters in it? And that tells me that they don't have faith in these newer characters. That unlike with, let's say, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, where nobody oh, whoa, who's running down kill streaks and airstrikes on me, dude? You about to get shot? But unlike with Guardians of the Galaxy, they don't have faith in their product. I know Marvel was kind of wary about them too, but you didn't see Iron Man in Guardians, you didn't see Captain America in Guardians. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of stood on its own 2 feet. And that's what I think a movie should do, is if you're coming out with a new movie that you want to base a franchise off of, it has to be able to stand up, on its own, and then, go forward from there. And I just don't think they're doing that, because you're seeing way too much Batman in it. I mean, if you're going to have Harley in it, fine, that's one thing. If you're going to have her as a character in the movie, have Joker have a cameo or something, being a flashback or something like that, if that's what you want to have him. But from what, oh man, did I mess that up? Yeah, I messed that up. Okay. But I think that, Joker's role should be just something similar. I know he's not in the movie like that, but to me, I think he's in the movie way too much already. So that's just my opinion on it. Oh, that guy's a good health bar. Let me back up off of him. Might have to invoke my superpower to deal with him. Yep, you're gonna get dropped. Oh, thought I reloaded. Yep, spray you down like a porn star. All over your face. Alright. I don't even see him. Let me deal with the guy I can't see. That's gonna be coming for me. Ooh, did he just miss me? Yep, just missed me. Alright, need to pop one of these med kits. Ah, just messed that up. I hate when I do that. I will push the button to get him to come out, and then I'll press it again to hold it down. That way I can throw it over there, and that'll de-trigger it and then cause it to blow up. Alright, let me push up. But honestly, when it comes to Suicide Squad, I'm liking what I see to an extent, but the other half, it's the other half of the movie that I think that they're kind of fucking up on. Like, I also think I'm one of those guys who think Amanda Waller should be like, Monique, because like she was big as shit in the animated series and in the comic books way back when, and that was a part of her character. They didn't just, oh god, he's gonna give me new medical kit, and that was a part of her character, and they didn't let her fatness define what her character was, and I love that about her character. But then, in the comic books, they made her skinny again, and she's skinny in the movie, she was skinny in Arrow, and it's just like, they ruined that part of the character that I liked. So it's just I don't know, not liking that. What else can I say about it other than that? I mean, the movie looks solid. I think they're unsure how the public is gonna take it, given Marvel is so huge and like acting like the biggest blackest cock in the room. But as soon as I remember, like, Deadpool came out, everybody was like, oh, Deadpool was funny, and then you heard like, oh, they're doing reshoots for Suicide Squad to make it more funny. It's like that rumor started coming around, and I don't know if that was true or not, but if it is, it's like, that just shows that, is this guy running from me? Like, come on, guy, stand and fight. There we go. But it's like, that just shows, if it is true, that they don't have faith in the movie that they're making. and they don't know how well it's going to succeed, so they're unwilling to take a risk on it. Honestly, that's what it is. But I hope it does succeed. I just want it to be its own thing, just like I was saying before about race and superhero characters and comic books and all that stuff. I want the movie to be good for the sake of being good. Like, a lot of people loved Guardians of the Galaxy because it stood on its own 2 feet. You know, it wasn't like, oh, here's Guardians, but you know, we got Robert Downey Jr. to come in there and introduce him. It's like, no, you know, it stood on its own. Just like Deadpool stood on its own. You know, it didn't ride the coattails of X-Men to a certain extent. Yeah, you had Colossus and the other chick in it, but it's not like, you know, you had Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds in there as, like, you know, fucking Lethal Weapon, where it was like a buddy cop movie because they want to ride on Wolverine's popularity. They didn't do that. Again, that was, you know, because Fox didn't have faith in that movie, really. So, all right, give me your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. Wow, really? Double barrel shotgun. That's how you feel? All right. I will take it, good citizen. Let's see what else we got to do. We got this encounter here. I think this was the one we was doing before. If that's the case, I don't want to redo that one just yet. So we're gonna go down to this water supply. And there was another superhero movie I wanted to talk about too. I should really learn how to write these things down. Let's see, Suicide Squad, Doctor Strange. I was going to talk about Civil War, but since that's coming out, I'm going to talk about that next week in inch number 3. I could have swore there was another movie, but anyway. Also some comic book news. Punisher got announced for on Netflix. Seen that coming. As soon as I seen Deadpool season 2 and seen how everybody kind of, you know, was crazy about how whoa, calm that down, son. This is my city. I don't know who they were shooting at, but yeah, Punisher got picked up on Netflix. That was no surprise to me. Like I said, when I seen Daredevil season 2 and seen how they did the Punisher, I loved it. They changed his origin up, but then again, every time they retell the Punisher's origin, it's kind of like the Joker, where they change it up every now and then. His origin, I know way back when he was in Vietnam and all of this stuff, and then that's where he got his war experience from. And then in the 80s movie, they didn't really do the whole war thing, and then that they had in the other movie, it was a little bit different. But it's like every time, the only really constant is that his family gets killed and he goes on like a blood rampage thing because of it. In this, what I did like about it, I didn't like how the fact that it was like a government conspiracy thing or something. I wasn't a fan of that. However, I was a fan of that his reason for staying as the Punisher, I guess, was the fact that he never got the closure. He never found out and killed the people that was responsible. So it's kind of like, okay, you could stop as soon as you killed, you know, these people, but you don't know who they are, so you never got the closure. So he's just going to continue to kill everybody because he's crazy. I like that. I like that idea a lot. It was a weird little story twist that could have either went one way or went the other, popularity or with the fans of the show, and I think a lot of people loved it. I think my favorite fight scene in that is probably that hallway scene when he was in jail and the Kingpin tried to have him killed. And I love that scene of how they played it out. It reminded me of Daredevil's hallway scene in the first season, because I know they tried to redo that too with the stairway battle with Daredevil, but it's just I wasn't really a fan of that fight as much as I was the fight from season 1. and then that I was kind of worried. I was like, oh man, they didn't top that fight from season 1. And then I seen the Punisher one. I was like, oh shit. I love that scene. That's probably like my favorite moment in it. But I'm really liking Walking Dead guys Punisher. Really I can't really say nothing about it. It's just I feel he's kind of short. But that's just personal pet peeve. But love the scene with him and Daredevil on the roof. If they could give us more of that in a long-term form, I think it'll be great. I know we probably won't be, we won't be seeing anything from it for probably maybe 3 or 4 years from now, but I don't know how they're going to fit him in with their whole Netflix thing, because I know they're planning to do the Defenders with that. Unless they can, somehow give him his own story where he's not tied to nobody else like that, and then, go forward from there, because that's something I don't know how they would do. The Punisher, even in the comic books, has always had issues with problems with bad guys and stuff. Like any other superhero, you have like Daredevil, Kingpin is his bad guy, Bullseye is his bad guy, the Hand, Elektra every now and then. They're all characters that are defined as the antagonists of the story. With Spider-Man, it's Norman Osborn, Venom, Green Goblin, those characters. Whereas, Kingpin sometimes. But, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be turning that, aren't I? Not even paying attention to the objective, I'm just talking. Oh, just defend the pump, gotcha. Shoot, I could probably do this and, oh, they won't let me turn it. Okay, so I gotta kill everybody. But, the Punisher doesn't have set bad guys like that. Like, yeah, he has bad guys in his comic books, like Jigsaw, the guy who looks like Duke Nukem, I forget, Bushwhacker or something, I forget. Like, he has like 3 or 4 people that show up, but, down below, no, they up here. But they're like characters that nobody's never heard of. They've been in none of the movies. If you haven't read the Punisher's comic book, you don't know who these guys are. So, and they're not big enough names or that interesting to actually make movies and stuff out of. That's going to be a problem story-wise if they can't figure out a way to somehow make those characters interesting and make them his own story. Because how much of a story can you tell with the Punisher? Let's be honest. He doesn't have a lot of story you can pull from. Like with Daredevil, you have Foggy, you have the secretary chick, you got other people that you can base a story around. A Punisher, it was just like him, Micro, and the people that Frank killed. That's it. Unless you introduce Daredevil in there every once in a while, something for him to to rub shoulders with, it's going to be very weird, and from a story aspect. Some of Punisher's best stories are either with him when he's by himself or when he's with somebody else, and he's, they're playing off of him, and they're playing off each other in the comic books. And if they do the Netflix thing of just him being by himself, normally those stories in the comic books, they get dark. Like, Netflix hasn't gotten nowhere near how dark Daredevil and Punisher comic books are. However, that's kind of the thing with the Punisher. That's like the Punisher's thing. You can't have him not be dark. That's the whole premise of his comic books and of his personal story. So that might be a problem for them on Netflix, because they can only get but so dark. Even with Jessica Jones, when they had that, they kind of glossed over the whole sex mind rape thing that he put her through, because they don't want to do, show a woman, being mentally raped, I guess. I guess you can call it. They want to stay away from that rape thing, and I can understand why. I'm pretty sure they got a lot of female viewers, and that's not something you want to put in a show, because it's a little bit too dark. They're trying to keep it watchable, and that would turn a lot of people off. But honestly, I think that they could really do Punisher pretty good. It's just that for me, they gotta get a good story behind it to actually make it mean something, and to make it actually watchable and extremely entertaining, just like the other stuff. Same thing goes with Luke Cage. Luke Cage, they have to find, again, make an interesting story out of it. You know, they have to make the bad guy seem like he's the bad guy and have it be really, really good. Kind of like how they did Kingpin with Daredevil. But to get off of the superhero stuff, since I've talked you guys' ears off for 45 minutes about that, let's talk about some video game stuff. We've had a lot of leaks this week when it comes into video games. You've had Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I swear Activision just don't know what the hell they're doing anymore. I think they're good at milking the cow, so to speak, and they're going to continue to do it until that cow is going to, you know, be spraying powdered milk everywhere. But Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, supposedly, if all of these leaks are, you know, turn out to be true, this is going to be the new COD game. Apparently it's going to be COD, excuse me, let me adjust my mic here. There we go. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare is going to be, you know, they're still doing the whole space thing. I don't understand why they're doing that. I mean, this coming from a person, I love sci-fi games. I really do. Sci-fi is probably one of my favorite genres. However, I don't understand why they can't appease everybody. I know I always say in previous commentaries, you can't ever please, you know, everybody, so why try? However, they're in a very unique position that they could try with Call of Duty. They have 3 different studios that make each game every off and on every year in, year out. And you can have one of those studios make Black Ops could be the futuristic sci-fi type game. The next year have that be the modern COD, you know, like the modern COD, you know, boots on the ground, modern day, you know, technology, that kind of sort of thing. And then you can have the other studio develop a World War II game, or like a back in the day shooter. It don't have to be World War II, but I mean, I know I would hate to see that, because I grew up in the era before sci-fi shooters became big and before modern shooters were big, and all we played was World War II shooters. So I hate that, but there's a lot of people out there who love that, you know, that idea. And you can have the third studio do that for the third year, because Call of Duty gamers, or at least the older generation, the ones that's making up probably half of the player base, they're already used to playing COD and then be like, okay, you know what? I don't like the Infinity Ward games. I don't like the Treyarch games. Let me, I'll just wait, wait till the next Treyarch game. You know, I'll wait for the next Black Ops. And they're already used to that mentality. So at least if you trade off genres every year, you're always making money. And yeah, everybody may not like your game that year, but at the same time, you're pleasing everybody who likes different genres, and you can try new ideas, versus just sticking with a futuristic sci-fi feel that a lot of people don't like. You know, they're forgetting where they came from. The thing that made COD good, well, good is a relative term, because I wouldn't personally call COD good. It's way too casual in my opinion. But the reason why a lot of people liked it was because of the fact it was casual. There are way more people, and I've said this before in previous commentaries, there's way more people that are into modern military thrillers, novels, movies, what have you, than there are geeks and nerds or people who are into sci-fi. That's just the way it is. Or at least as far as video games is concerned. And you would think, like, I don't mind a sci-fi game every now and then, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'm somebody who loves sci-fi, and yeah, it's good to dabble in something every now and then, here and there. But when you take a whole franchise that was based around a modern military setting, it's like you're completely changing your genre. And that's something you never do, because people aren't gonna like it. It's the same thing on YouTube. If I started out, like, I play Let's Plays and stuff on this channel, right? That's like saying me playing Let's Plays, and then like just tomorrow and from then on, I'm doing like makeup videos, showing how to put makeup on, or braiding my hair. Well, I can't braid my hair because I don't got no damn hair. But like, you know, that's like saying if I was gonna do that, like if I had a girlfriend or a friend do that kind of sort of thing. Why do I keep failing it every time I leave this part? See, I came over here because you look like you had something. Run them pockets, black man. Come on, Mos Def, give me something. Really Mos Def? Okay. But that's like completely changing what your audience expects out of you. And if you want to do that, that's fine. I'm not knocking them as a company. I just think it's a bad fucking business move. Just like on YouTube. Like I did the same thing. Like when I did, before I started doing commentaries and let's plays where I talked in my actual videos, I did 2 years of just uploading gameplay, just straight up gameplay with no vocals to it. And a lot of people were saying, hey, look, you should do commentaries. You should do this. You should do that. And I was like, you know what? Fuck yes, I should. I should have been did that shit. And I tried it and I like doing it. So I'm still doing it to this day. But there was a lot of people who commented, be like, yo, look, I liked your stuff before. And I was like, you know, it is what it is. I mean, unsub button's still there. You know, I mean, I hate to be that. And, you know, as being a creator, you never want to drive people away from your product. But at the same time, I'm a realist. You know, if a channel or somebody else does something I'm not feeling, I'll stop watching. And, you know, since YouTube isn't that kind of thing to me, I mean, that's how I take it. My YouTube is an extension of myself. You know, it's not a job. It's not, you know, something that it's, oh, I'm just using this to get ahead in life, or I'm using this to boost me to something right here. No, my YouTube is the same way I treat every other hobby in my life, whether that be video games, writing fan fictions, drawing, the anime drawings on my wall. It's an extension of my personality and what I like and what I'm into. So you can't just change up and do something completely different, because then your fan base won't like it. And that's where I think Activision is doing wrong. Just to bring it back full circle again, they're trying to force the sci-fi boost jumping kind of sort of thing on people. And that's where I think they're fucking up, because there's a lot of people that don't like that, and they should understand that and be like, you know what? Okay, let's make every third game a boost jumping, boost sliding type game, but then, you know, have a modern game and then something else. I know that they're also releasing they're re-releasing COD 4 or making like a remastered version of it, and I think that's also bullshit. Honestly, I really do. Just like with Suicide Squad and WB, I think that by them doing that, it's showing that they don't have faith in their product. They've hit a point where they realize that their product isn't worth a whole lot. Let me get away from that flamethrower. Okay, thank you for running that way, flamethrower guy. This will be a good spot. Whoa, 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 whoa. Did he just flank me? That was a nice move. Nice move, bruh. I gotta get away. Pop that heel. Damn right we're exiting that contaminated area. Whoa, 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 whoa. Secure the supply drop. That's something new. I haven't seen one of these before. I know they added something when they added the DLC, and I think these are like supply drops that just suddenly get dropped, and whoever makes it to them first gets it. And you don't have to go and decontaminate them. That's what I think this is. You just go to it, open it up, and get it. And I'm hoping that, since I don't see nobody, because people maybe people don't play this game like that no more. I don't know. Or maybe the fuck. God damn it. Okay. So we're not gonna get that. All right, let's go back to that building we was in. But I think that they don't have faith in their product. Otherwise, they wouldn't be trying. Because last year they did it was like, oh, Black Ops 3, oh, it has a beta coming out. We can finally test it. And Call of Duty hasn't had a beta in like ever since COD 4 came out the first time. So it shows you that they're reaching. They're either scared or they're worried about their fan base falling off, because they keep putting out these boots on the ground, or these not boots on the ground, these boost jumping COD games, and people don't like it. So to try to keep, it's the same thing like YouTube, like to keep audience retention, they're trying all these tricks of the trade to try to get people to pre-order and buy their game. And that by itself, it's a good business move. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a bad business move. Let me pull back. That guy my yup do the same exact thing. I figured he was going to do that because he ran the same pattern. But it's a good business move because it's like, okay, well, you know that a portion of your people aren't going to like it. So change up, do something a little bit different, give them something else to like, or to distract their attention. It's a good business move from that end, but then again, I think it's a bad business move because you wouldn't have had to do that if you'd have made your game right. You know what I'm saying? The game should be able to stand on its own and be better for it. But I don't think that's the case because they don't think that way. Yeah, you better run back there. Let me see if I can pop him. There we go. But that's just how I see it. It's just like they don't have no faith in their product, so they're trying other things to get people to buy it. And that tells me that they don't expect the product to do good. And normally when companies do that, they have a reason for it. And something tells me it's not just that, oh, people aren't interested in our game anymore, because otherwise they would just make a game that people are interested in. It has to be something else. Like they're probably doing it because COD has to step its game up. They have to make a new game engine. They have to introduce some new features that nobody's ever seen before if they want to stay top dog, because you have a lot of games coming out now. You got The Division that's biting money out of Destiny's pocket. Number one, Destiny bit a big chunk out of COD just by being different for a little bit. Now you got this placating that. You got Overwatch that's about to come out on console. You got all of these other games that are shooters that's coming out over the next year and a half, 2 years from now. And COD is just COD, that audience by COD's main audience, by them not being hardcore to begin with, let's say like the Battlefield audience who plays that year in year out, they're not going to stick with the game. As soon as their friends stop playing it, as soon as they lose interest in it, they're going to put the game down and play something else or not play games at all, So, and I think that with the past 2, maybe 3 years, in COD, I think the population and all of that stuff, it's definitely showing that. That's why you see them trying a lot of things to try to make you think that everything's fine, like not showing the player counts in the servers and in the games and stuff like that, not having dedicated servers, and having the same problems year in year out that plague Call of Duty because they don't take or they don't carry over fixes from game to game. They don't take things that were good from each game and make them better with each iteration of the game. They just let it stagnate until the next game, and then the next game comes out and it's just, okay, now you got the same problem that they fixed last year, or certain features that were good that just don't carry over. Like, prime example, I know a lot of people didn't like Advanced Warfare like that, but one thing that I loved about Advanced Warfare was the fact that hold on, let me drop this guy real quick because he's in front of my cover here. Was that you had the kill streaks were customizable. Besides picking what you want, you could take the sentry gun, make it so that it spins around in a 360, or oh, okay, I can't go over there. Let me not do that. You can adjust your kill streaks to make them more effective, once you put them down on the map. And they just completely cut that out of Black Ops 3. And as soon as I played it, I was like, oh no, you got the sentry gun, but you cut it, you cut it out. And it's like, why cut out the changes that made it better? Maybe they have their reasons. I don't know, but it just sounds like typical company bullshit, And I mean, only time will tell. I mean, normally smart people are able to see it. If you're somebody who don't follow the news or don't care about the franchise or the game like that, then you're never going to see it. You're never going to care. But there's tons of people out there who do, and I'm one of them. It's like you can read the signs. If you have enough experience and you've been playing games and seeing this kind of sort of stuff happen for year in, year out. You can read what they doing it when they doing it. It's not hard to do at all, but by any means. And let me get out of here too, because this guy's gonna come around that corner and like put that minigun on my ass. Ah, shit, just grenaded myself. Okay, I'm gonna have to go up here. Hopefully they don't have an enemy up here. Okay, we're good. I'm trying to get him to poke his head out the way I can drop him. Oh, there's a name guy too. I'm trying to get the items that these guys drop. Alright, is he gonna come up here? Yes, he is. Alright, I'm gonna fall back down, right back downstairs. I will make this work. Hold up. Let me get all the way back here, and I will keep playing Ring Around the Rosie with these guys. Drop big guy first because he's the lowest on the health. Keep tossing grenades over there. Oh, he's a big guy too. Okay, didn't see that. One down, one to go. I'm just gonna stay going right around the circle. As long as my ammo is good, and we should have enough ammo to drop this guy. Wish I had more sniper ammo, but nope, out of ammo. I'm glad they got flamethrowers and not miniguns. Alright, come back over here. Nope, out of ammo. But also in video game news, you had the Deus Ex trailer drop. And it was like a story trailer, so it kind of showed you what the story was going to be about. And I'm liking what I heard about it so far. I knew I was already going to get it anyway, because I'm a huge Deus Ex fan. I've been playing Deus Ex since the first one, way back in the early 2000s. And I've been waiting for the game to come out, honestly. This year, Deus Ex has been the most anticipated game that I've been waiting for. So I'm already know I'm gonna buy it and play the hell out of it. Maybe do like 2 different Let's Plays of it. I'm probably gonna treat it like Dark Souls. And but a couple things in the story trailer did kind of pique my interest, especially when it heard they had one line in there where Jensen said that, oh, he didn't know he had more augments. And I was like, that's different. Maybe that's their reason for this might get me killed. There we go. But maybe that's the reason, like, instead of, because I thought that they were, that they were gonna pull like a Super Metroid or a Zelda, where it's gonna be like every game they no. Come on, fire, go away. Alright, hold on. Might have to throw that over to keep busy. Get back over there. But I thought they were going to pull a Super Metroid and take away his abilities, like, because that's what they do in most games like that. They depower the character and force you to get all of your abilities back. And I was glad to see that may not be the case. They may just decide to say, okay, well, you have all the older powers, but look, you got these other 10 powers you just didn't know you had. And I'm hoping that they bring a story reason for that, you know what I'm saying, later on down the line, and you discover why that is. So, other than that, the art style looks a little bit different. It's nothing I hate. It's just that, I'm assuming they probably went with a whole different graphic engine, so it's understandable, Ah, damn, I don't have no ammo. I want to shoot you right now, guy, but something tells me my grenades aren't gonna kill him. Why are you running? Come on, why are you running so fast? Alright, come on, grenade ball, do your job. Maybe I can kill him with my rolly ball here, because that's the only thing I got out of regular grenades. But really do like what I'm seeing with Deus Ex. I don't really have no qualms about it or anything like that. Also Overwatch. I've never really been a fan of team-based shooters, meaning games, let's say like Team Fortress, Counter-Strike. I guess if you want to call it a team-based shooter, you can, but I wouldn't throw that in the same vein as I would put like Overwatch and Team Fortress. But I've never been into those kind of games. It's not, not the fact that I don't like shooters. Love shooters. I could play them. It's just that I prefer like a traditional team deathmatch or a first-person shooter, experience. But Overwatch, I remember when they announced it and I seen the first couple trailers for it. I was like, okay, the characters actually look kind of good. It looks like I'm not a fan of the art style, because I will always love a mature art style to, let's say, a cutesy, cel-shaded fantasy type look. That's just how I am. That's how I like my art styles. But however, it's not bad. It doesn't turn me off completely. It's not like 13. And for those of you who don't know what that is, 13 was back when cel shading first came out. 13 was a cel shaded first person shooter that came out, and it was like a mature, I want to say like it was like a James Bond kind of game where it was like I only played it for a little bit, but it was like a mature first person shooter story being told in a cel shaded. Everything was cel shaded in the game. However, I kind of hated that because it's just cel shaded. To me, it looks kiddie. Unless you're doing like a DBZ game or an anime game where it's trying to mimic a cartoon or an anime or a manga or something like that, it just, to me, it just looks shitty, and I don't know, maybe that's, that's just my opinion. But Overwatch does look pretty good. As far as not necessarily the art style. I like the art style when it comes to the characters, or at least certain ones anyway. But when it comes to the game, it looks like it has its pluses and minuses. And to me, the gameplay looks fun. Honestly, it looks fun. When I watch gameplay of it and things like that, or when I in the trailers, it looks like a game I could get into. And I'm gonna probably pick it up on Xbox One just to give me something other to play on there besides Halo, because right now the only thing I have on my Xbox One is the Master Chief Collection and Halo 5. So that'll probably give me that to play, give me something different, and something else I can upload on the channel. I mean, I don't mind playing things differently. I can easily pick the game up. It's not breaking my bank anytime soon, so definitely gonna probably be picking that up and playing it. So, and let's see how long we've been talking. We've been talking for 1 hour and 8 minutes. Okay, wow. Let's try to extract this contaminated gear here, and I'm gonna wrap up this inch of the BBC, and in more ways than one. Now that I'm thinking about a joke out of that, but now I'm gonna try to wrap this up, and let me see what else I can talk about that was trending this week. Civil War came out, released internationally, doing pretty good reviews. Everybody seems to love it, which I expected, because Marvel knows how to actually do their movies, unlike WB. Let's see if I can think of anything else. Can't really think of anything. Yeah, I'm completely drawing a blank right now. So what I'm gonna do is this. Since I can't think of anything else, out of the recent news that came out this week, whether it be this week or last week, what do you guys want me to talk about for next week? Since I can't think of a topic to end this video off on, write me one down in the comments, and I'll end the next video with talking about it. In addition, ooh, nope, y'all didn't see me. Alright, Raven, I have returned, announcing it like a boss. Alright, sprint. Yes, they didn't pull a Metal Gear and go, what was that noise? What's all this sprinting I'm hearing? Alright, and yep, nobody's in the dark zone, so I can just do one of these and go bow, pop that. But yeah, like I said, let me know down in the comments what news came out within the past 2 or 3 weeks. And if you guys want me to talk about anything specific, just let me know. Like I said, these videos are gonna be coming out once a week. I'm gonna try to do them a little bit early. I know last week I said I'm gonna try to upload them on Friday, but I'm gonna make it an effort to record the following week's Inch Number 3's video on Thursday. So it should be going up Friday morning or Friday afternoon, but more than likely Friday morning. And I know this one was late, but you know, capture card issues and all that good stuff, it wasn't really a lot I could do about it, you know. And do I still not have ammo? Are you serious? I just now looked down. Okay, hold up. If anybody decides to push us, we can't even do nothing right now. I mean, unless I can, you know, just whip it out on them and, you know, just smack them right off the side of the building, you know. But then again, I got an Asian guy, so that's not gonna work out. Come on, guy. Please. No, don't set up the turret. Don't set up the turret. I can't defend against that. Alright, let me do this. Come on, arriving. 5 seconds. 3, 2, no. He's gonna kill me, YouTube. He's gonna kill me. I'm gonna get killed by an NPC. Grab the rope. Okay. Snatch and grab. Go. Yeah, you're too late, bruh. I don't care if I get killed now. Oh god, you're level 28. Okay. You box better than me. Alright, let me this sucks. This sucks. I'm glad he didn't shoot me. I'm glad he couldn't get in position in time. Come on, helicopter, fly off. Yes. Cool leather jacket. Alright, fellas, now that we've ended this video like a boss, my name is Denonu, the man with the biggest and the most blackest privilege on YouTube, and I'm gonna see you guys next week in Inch Number 3 of the BBC, when I'm gonna be going balls deep in your sub box once again. But peace out, fellas.